New Zealand sh00ting alleged gunman fires lawyer, says he'll represent himself. Christchurch, New Zealand youth man accused of mass shootings at mosques in New Zealand has fired his lawyer and plans to represent himself in court, leading to speculation that he might try to use his trial as a platform for extremist views. Brenton Tarrant, 28, of Australia, who has been charged with 1 count of murder, appeared to be lucid and not mentally unstable, said Richard Peters, his former attorney. He is expected to. 50 people were killed and 40 were injured in the shootings at 2 mosques in Christchurch on Friday, an act that has shocked this country of 4.5 million people. There are still 30. At the bottom of the South Pacific, New Zealand has long been considered safe from terrorism and from the outside world in general. American tycoon, the death toll from Friday's attacks exceeds New Zealand's annual homicide rate. 35 people. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has called for changes to the nation's gun laws. We cannot be deterred. Presently, people must obtain licenses to own guns, and 99.6% of the 43,509 license applications filed in 2017. Ardern has talked about requiring licenses for individual guns, rather than for users, and banning semi-automatic weapons. Tarrant had a gun license and used a variant of the AR-15, a semi-automatic weapon that has been used in many mass shootings in the United States, including at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, in 2018. On the Las Vegas, New Zealand's cabinet was meeting Monday to consider changes to the laws. Gun stores reported panic buying of semi-automatic weapons in anticipation of law changes, similar to what occurs in the United States after massacres and calls for gun control. Separately, TradeMe, an online marketplace similar to eBay, said it would remove all listings for semi-automatic guns and parts. As tributes to the victims came in from around the world, Ardern and Governor-General Dame Patsy Reddy, Queen Elizabeth's representative in this Commonwealth country, opened 2 condolence books in Parliament's Grand Hall on Monday morning. On behalf of all New Zealanders we grieve, together we are one, they are us, the Prime Minister wrote. Reddy wrote all of multiple graves have been dug at a cemetery in Christchurch, and police say that, although they are collecting evidence, they are conscious of the need to return the victims' bodies to their families so they can be buried in line with Muslim customs. First funerals are expected to begin Monday night. With many mosques nationwide closed since the attacks, some churches welcomed Muslims into their buildings over the weekend to allow them to pray in sacred spaces. The investigation of the attacks, which Ardern called an act of terrorism, is continuing. Australian counter-terrorism police raided 2 houses in New South Wales on Monday. One was that of the counter-terrorism officials then stormed a second house at Lawrence, a bit farther north and close to Grafton, where Tarrant grew up. The primary aim of the activity is to formally obtain material that may assist New Zealand police in their ongoing investigation, Australian authorities said in a statement. Tarrant was born and raised in Australia but had been travelling for the past 9 or so years, including to Turkey and Pakistan. He had been living. The club, the Bruce Rifle Club, closed on Monday and its vice president said it may never reopen. Separately, Peters said that he had been fired as Tarrant's court-appointed lawyer. What did seem apparent to me is he seemed quite clear and lucid, whereas this may seem like very irrational behavior, said Peters, who represented Tarrant during his first court appearance Saturday. He didn't appear to me to be facing any challenges or mental impairment, other than holding fairly extreme views, adding that the accused gunman did not display any regret. The lawyer suggested that Tarrant might want to use his trial to espouse his extreme views. The suspect left.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.